Good afternoon. My name is Lewis Moore, and I'm president of Friends of Garland's Historic Magic 11th Street nonprofit. We're the sponsors of this afternoon's show. Among the historic preservation goals of our organization is to make sure that the stories of Garland's underrepresented people are fully told. We're happy to present the musical, the Cactus Chronicles, because it spotlights a portion of Garland's history and a portion of Garland's population that deserves special recognition. As you'll hear in our drama, this musical and the Garland Latino Heritage Fiesta that follows afterwards are a fulfillment of a long-time goal of Friends of Garland's Historic Magic 11th Street to tell the complete story of our city and our people. Today we will honor exemplary citizens Pascual and Sylvia Valle, but also the wider, larger Valle family. We know that we have many members of that family in our audience today and online on live streaming because they are so very important to the history of Garland. We're honored by their presence and by their support of this effort. Now I want to invite Mayor Scott LeMay, Garland's Mayor Scott LeMay, to come up to the podium and to welcome the folks here.
I have a feeling I'm going to fall off. Well, thank you to the Friends, Magic 11s, for sponsoring this. And usually at this point when I come on stage, I introduce any council members who are with us. And one is here with us today, Robert Vera from District 6, who I just recently learned will be on this stage shortly. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I have to announce this. I have a special guest with me this evening or this afternoon. My wife Tiffany is here. We tend to operate in different circles a lot of the times, but I have to tell you, yesterday we celebrated our 27th wedding anniversary. I should have said hold your applause, because we had takeout pizza for dinner. So such is the glamorous life of the mayor of the city of Garland. But so I want to welcome you all here to Garland. If you're not from Garland, I want to welcome you. And I also want to welcome you to the Plaza Theater, which has been an entertainment venue here on our square since the spring of 1941. And if my history is correct, in 1948 they added air conditioning. And so my guess is any movie shown here the summer of 48, you could have probably shown people film of paint drying and they would have stayed all the way through the credits. So it's great to have everyone here, and all that is to say, there's a lot of history in these walls. There's a lot of history just outside these walls. And it's great to be here today to honor a family who hasn't just been a witness to history, but has been involved in making that history with the Valle family. So thank you. My absolute thanks to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing the show. Thank you, Lewis.
Let's see if you can squeeze out of here. Whoops. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate you being here. We support you, and I'm very proud of all that you've done for the city of Garland. And glad you brought Tiffany. It's always good to see Tiffany. I'd rather see Tiffany sometimes than I would Scott. So backstage we have some very eager and ready, nervous actors geared up to present the performance before you. So we won't delay much longer. I do want to thank our dedicated cast and our crew and for their hard work and their long hours that they have put in to create this uniquely, locally written, locally produced, rather fascinating, historically, very accurate. It was amazing to go through this I happen to live with the lady who wrote the script. I have lived with her for 53 years, and she was meticulous in being sure that we got every detail right. And we appreciated Sylvia and Pascal's help in writing the manuscript. And also, Kay wrote all of the music. And so I got to listen to it as it was being written and really, really enjoyed it. And I hope you will too. Okay, also I must thank the Garland Cultural Arts Commission for funding in part our production. I also want to thank our organization's members whose dues and contributions and special funds have helped pay for this. And we want to invite you to join us afterwards for the Garland Latino Heritage Fiesta. It's right over there, about 6 blocks away on the old Valle home place site. You're going to learn a lot about that place. You're going to learn a lot about the Valle family. But it'd be fun to go over there. We're going to have a mariachi band. We're going to have carriage rides. We're going to have picnic on the grounds. And we're also going to have the release of Garland's first ever Garland Latino Heritage Cookbook, which is really a history of this fascinating part of Garland, Texas. The fiesta is free, but you'll need to bring a quilt or a blanket because we don't have a lot of chairs because we got to be out of there by 7 o'clock because the property is owned by First Baptist Garland, and we've got to clean up real quick. And so I hope you have brought your blanket and a picnic lunch. The health department won't let us serve food, so that's why we're having to be very cautious. But you're going to be fascinated when you see the real Cactus bed from which this story originated. And I hope I get to introduce over there the man who cleaned it up. It had not been cleaned up in multiple decades. And bless his heart, how he got in there and got all the grass and all the weeds and everything cleaned out of it. It really is something to behold, to see this. And if you didn't bring your lunch, Garland restaurants around the square are more than happy to service you and to help you out. Now, I want to remind you that this is community theater. We did not go to Broadway and hire a bunch of multi-million-dollar actors and actresses. These are your neighbors, your friends, your coworkers, whose main connection is their love for Garland. They are here because they committed themselves, they volunteered, they worked very, very diligently to make this happen. Because they believe in the story, they believe passionately in this city, they believe passionately in what you're about to see. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show you've been waiting and waiting and waiting to see, the Cactus Chronicles. Thank you. Prologue, Fall 2017. It's not on. We are so glad that we could host you all for dinner today so we could talk to some longtime leaders of the Garland Latino community. Kay and I just returned from a national preservation meeting in Chicago, Illinois. They challenged us there to come back to our hometowns and talk to people who might be considered underrepresented in terms of historic preservation. We were shocked, absolutely shocked, to learn that 93% of all preserved buildings, all historic monuments, all National Register signs, all of the things that pertain to historic preservation, 93% pertain to white Anglo males. What that means is that 7%, the remaining 7%, pertain to Latino, African Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans, and even women. And so they challenged us to come back to our town, to our hometowns, and study the situation here and see if we could make a difference. So that's what we did. Kay and I left determined to see if we could make some changes and who are recognized in Garland. For example, has there ever been a history ever written about the Garland Latino community, which today makes up 42% of the total population, that is very near 250,000 people? Jeannie, you and Robert have been here a long time. Can you remember any kind of history that's ever been done?
I sure don't know anything like that.
But what about a Garland cookbook that preserves Latino recipes and tells history at the same time? Sylvia, have you ever heard of anything like that being done here?
Not that I'm aware of, and we sure would love to have one because we got such delicious recipes.
My mother remembered your husband Haskell when she was secretary down at the high school, and he was a student there. She talked about him a lot, about how handsome he was.
Yes, he was.
But she didn't ever understand anything about his being Latino. Do you think it would be possible, do you think you would be willing to tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up here? what it was like for him and his family?
Yes, I bet everyone here would like to know more about the history of the Valle family as it pertains to Garland, because it's such an important part of our city's history. Sylvia, did the people here make him feel different?
Well, no and yes. I wish Pascal would come out, but he's out there getting the second-hand serving of your food. But we've been married 61 years, and he's told me a lot, and this is the beginning.
You ready? Scene 1, Spring 1947.
I hope I get in.
It would be a dream come true.
Hey, maybe Ms. W can send off my transcripts.
That good old Baylor line, that good old...
Oh, Miss W, do you think you can help us out?
We need to make sure that our transcripts get sent off. We'll be graduating soon.
Oh, be happy to help. Okay, let's see, Sue. Yours is to
Texas Tech.
Rice for me?
well, so that's rice for Devlin.
I'm wanting to go to Baylor.
Okay, let's see. Baylor for May Beth. I will get them all off right away.
Oh, a scholarship surely would be nice.
Now, there's one guard that I won't have any trouble getting into college. He distinguishes himself on the gridiron just like his brother. All schools will be offering him money. This is going to be a real war after him.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I still have a few more years till I graduate.
Yeah. Hey, so instead of getting
All
this
right,
done,
we'll see you guys.
take care. Thanks, Miss W.
Bet.
And how about you, Pascal? What do you hope to do with your life?
Oh, I don't know. To coach football here at the high school, maybe. I've never really wanted to do anything else. I'll probably have to teach something too, well, like maybe history. Coaches usually do.
Oh, I have always wanted to be a history teacher.
You'd be real good at that, seeing as how you teach all your assistants here in the office.
Oh, yes, but I didn't have a degree. Our family couldn't afford for us to go to college.
I understand that. My family has 8 kids. I'll have to get a scholarship as well.
Well, Pascal, I'll be happy to help you when the time comes. I'll be looking for your scholarship letters. I feel sure you'll have some. Here, let me add you to my list. Okay, let's see. That's Pascal. Pascal. Let's see. That's Pascal.
Actually, it's Pascual, but some people call me Pascual. You don't have to.
Pascual? What kind of name is that? I don't know anyone in Garland with a name like that.
Actually, ma'am, it's a Mexican name.
Mexican? No, Pascal, you're American. You're Pascal Valle, football hero. Everyone knows your name. Sure, I'm gonna be looking out for you. I'll watch for those scholarship letters. What would it be like to go to college? Someone to put me through described. He sure got it made. I wanted to teach history, future in his hands. What would it be like?
What would it be like to be like all the others? My skin would be the same. My name would be like this. Everyone is kind. Not sure they know I'm not the same as them. To be just like them, I'm great with who I am. But what would it be like? Somewhere down the road, will it make a difference for me? Will it hold me back? Will I be seen for me? What would it be like? Well, appreciate you looking out for me, Miss W. Mom's waiting for lunch. I better get going soon.
Well, now, Pascal, you better hurry on soon. The bell rings in 30 minutes. You don't want to be tardy getting back to class.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me, Miss W. It's just down Avenue C. Besides, I've never had a tardy, never been absent neither. Not since I started school back in the 1st grade. My mom would never let me down if she ever found out I was late. Education is so important to her. I'd be in big trouble.
Okay, Pascal, well, you better hurry on then.
Pascal Valle! Pascal Valle! What would it be like?
What would it be like? What would it be like?
Scene 2, Spring 1950.
Here comes Mom. Her tortillas will make everything better.
Oh, Mom Valle, your wonderful tortillas. Just what I need after that football game. Your son's a bruiser with that ball. Garland's first all-stater in football. He took our Owls to the semifinals. I want to be just like him someday.
Sí, he is bueno. Football is bueno, but not as bueno as your education. Your papa and me in Mexico, we did not have much school. Be sure to get a good education. You must have it to succeed. You niños, all listen to me. Do good in school and you'll go far. That's the American way. Well, you can be the brightest star. That's the American way. That's the American way. That's the American way. For others you will set the bar. That's the American way. This is my, how do you say, pared de honor, wall of honor, Mom. My wall of honor. My boys who are serving their country. Pascual and Luis, you'll be up there soon as well. You work hard, you get a good education, you serve your country, and you do bueno.
Serve your country, make us proud. That's the American way. You'll stand out in any crowd. That's the American way.
That's the American way. That's the American way. Where cannot do is not allowed. That's the American way.
That's what happened with these kids' papa. They say he worked hard at the Dietrich Dairy. He was the best
pasteurizer, Mom.
The best pasteurizer in all of El Paso. So they sent him here to Garland to open a new dairy. And here we are, the first Latinos. Our family has always been close.
Value home and family ties. That's the American way.
Keep your word and don't tell lies. That's the American way. That's the American way. That's the American way. You will one day win the prize. That's the American. That's the American. Beautiful America, my How was your Saturday, my son?
Nothing beats football and a movie at the Plaza Theater, Mom.
Tell me, do those Negro children still have to enter through the door that says colors and sit up in the balcony away from all the other children?
Yes, Mom. Me and my friend Johnny, we walked in and while I went downstairs, he went upstairs. It just doesn't seem right. That's the American.
No, that is not the American way at all. We should all be the same. Anyway, let's get dinner ready to take to your papa at the dairy. He's supervisor now. So clumsy all day.
I think you mean reliable, Mom.
See, be sure to get a good education, and maybe you can help make changes to things in our country that are not quite right. Now that's the American way. Remember what I always say. You can do anything you tell yourself you can. Sí se puede.
Scene 3, 9 years later.
Well, would you look at this?
What is it, Sylvia?
Come here. Get a look at this guy down by the pool.
Do you know him?
Never seen him before, but look at him. So tall, and those beautiful muscular legs.
I see what you mean.
I've got to meet him. Now, I'm going to put my swimsuit and go down there.
Sylvia, wait a minute. You cannot do that. Sylvia, do you know the señoritas do not behave like that? Can we talk about it? If you do that, I'm sorry, sweetie, but you're gonna be too obvious.
Then I'll just be obvious.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm used to dating these short Mexican guys. This is a tall Mexican. I'll introduce myself.
Oh my God, Sylvia. Well, good luck.
One hour later.
So, what did you see?
This is what I saw. A man so tall and dark and handsome. My heart's a flutter. I went to and all. I think I just met my Prince Charming. My heart instantly warming. Standing out there, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. His eyes so very kind and gentle. Now of this dream guy, I am so in awe. He spoke to me so sweet, politely, my heart instantly warming. Standing out there, this is what I saw.
Did you give him your number?
Yes, but it will never work. His friend already set him up on a date this weekend. Besides, he lives in Garland. He'll never be back. I'll never see him again.
Sweetie, I'm very sorry.
You were talking to that girl a long time. You do remember that I set you up with a date this weekend.
Yes, regretfully.
Regretfully, you just met her.
I know.
What was she like? What did you see?
This is what I saw. A co-ed who is such a beauty. So clever, caring, she's without a flaw. Well, I could search the whole world over. never find someone like her. Standing out there, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. Strong and smart and so determined, she left me helpless. I just dropped my jaw. And standing there, I was blindsided. My whole world was righted. Looking out there, this is what I saw.
Down, boy, you're smitten, and I can tell.
Yes, but she lives so far away. This will never work. I'm just visiting.
Well, if there's one thing that I've learned, if she's worth it, no distance is too far.
One week later,
This is what I see. Yes, who is there in the walkway? I can't believe it. He's come back for me. It couldn't happen, but it happened. Now he's here in the hallway. Looking out there, this is what I see.
This is what I see. Girl of my dreams I'm pursuing. So here's a picnic. Will you come with me? No 1 week has ever been longer. Surely it has been a lifetime since I saw you. This is what I see. ¡Qué bonita!
One hour later.
So, you were a big deal back in Garland.
Well, look who's the big deal. Redbud Princess, most popular in high school, cheerleader, high grade point average, math and science major.
It's really nothing.
Yes, well, I found that out the hard way. Went back to fulfill my dream of being a coach at my high school, where I took us to state for football and broke the district record for the 440-yard dash. No one paid any attention to my color back then, but now none of my accomplishments matter to the school, and they wouldn't hire me. We don't hire minorities, is what they said. It crushed me. So I went to work for Kraft. They've treated me real good. And we had the most kids graduate from Garland High School. I mean, 8. And it still didn't matter. I could have been the president of the United States and it wouldn't have mattered. It was the color of my skin.
My family has high hopes for me, the oldest of 7 daughters. I need to set the standard for the others, to show my younger sisters that women can achieve. I want to do something great with my life. I want to teach science to make my family proud.
You know, maybe if people like us keep plowing ahead, things will be better for the next generation. You know, my mom always said, you can do anything if you tell yourself you can.
If it only could. If people were judged by their credentials only.
Well, We could only hope that things will one day change.
This is what I'll see, a future so happy and shiny. The sky's the limit, I'll have my degree. They will need me, they will want me, I'll have such good credentials. Talking to them, this is what they'll see.
This is what they'll see. One day I'll coach at my high school. They'll see my zeal and my ability. I'll role model, make my mark. I'll try to be inspiring. Talking to them, this is what they'll see. A bright future, this is what we'll see. Well, it's nice to have someone to spin castles in the air with. May I come back next week?
One small problem with that. I'm going back home to Laredo next weekend.
Laredo? Well, that's what? Only 12 hours away by car? I'll be there.
Scene 4, 4 years later.
You'll do great on your interview. I know you will.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, but how can you help but make a good impression? You have all the right credentials. You're beautiful, Mrs. Valle.
I don't know. I hope I get the job.
Well, times have changed a lot since the last time I interviewed. How can they possibly not want you?
Thanks. That makes me feel better. Wish me luck.
Mi amor, mi vida.
Come in. Hello, Mrs. Valle.
How do you do?
How can I help you?
I'd like to apply for the teaching job. I have a math science degree from TWU. I'm highly qualified. I graduated in 3.5 years with a high GPA. I speak Spanish. I know you always need math and science teachers.
Why did you come?
Well, what do you mean?
Didn't he tell you?
Tell me. Tell me what?
I can't. The school board. They won't let me hire minorities.
Won't let you what? Look, I'm a math science teacher. You need someone like me. I'm highly qualified. Give me a...
None of that matters. Look, I wish you hadn't come here today. Pascal should have told you. Why didn't he tell you? Didn't he tell you they won't let us hire minorities? Couldn't hire you if you showed us 24 degrees. We have rules that we must follow, we just cannot yield. Maybe someone else will hire you in your science field.
Here's my new college diploma. I am certified. I teach science. I can help you. It's not cut and dry.
Didn't he tell you what we can't do? Why did you apply? Nothing's changed since he came knocking. Why'd you even try?
Finished a semester early. Tops there in my class.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Let this issue pass. Looky here, it's nothing personal. I'm sure you'd be great. Maybe one day we'll be calling, but you'll have to
Let me tell you, this is a mistake. Let me tell you a bad move you'll make. If you keep this treatment going, wait and you will see. With your fire determination, what becomes of me? Didn't I tell you? Let me tell you. I'm going to the Dallas School District right now.
1905, some years later.
Hello, Pascal. Thanks so much for taking the time to see me, especially since you just got out of the hospital.
Yeah, I'm recuperating. Had surgery on an old leg injury playing tennis with my friend Bill. My wife's down in Beaumont, where the Dallas School District, where she teaches science, is paying her way. She was the first secondary Hispanic teacher. The Dallas School District is paying for her to get her master's degree in counseling.
That's great for her. Pascal, I'll be brief and to the point. I want to ask you about a job. Your coworker here at Kraft is on our school board. He told me about your football abilities and your interest in coaching, and that you hadn't been able to get on in your own district. We have a coaching position open in our high school. Now, I know it's not your alma mater, not the district where you graduated and were a big football star, but we're not that far away, just over the county line. Could we hire you to be our football coach? You're certainly okay with us.
What?
You're okay with us. Just say the word and you're in. You're sure okay with us. We want you to come join us. You're so good, you are really upper crust. Okay with us. We want you to take the job that you've been waiting for. A job as coach is yours now. Just walk through our door. We're not the place that has your heart, but our kids sure are great. We're so sorry all these years that you've had to wait, 'cause you're okay with us. A fella so deserving, our confidence unswerving now in you. Okay with us.
Let me adjust.
So what will your answer be? You shouldn't have to think. You'll be so excited, you'll not sleep a wink. Say goodbye to vats of cheese, 'cause gridiron lights await. You've been patient so long, we know you'll take the bait, 'cause you're okay with us. It's finally your moment. Let's get on with the show. You know you're sure okay with us.
Don't make a fuss.
Get on our bus.
We should discuss.
No gloomy Gus, play ball with us.
This is a bust.
You'll be a plus.
Thanks
Okay
for your
with
trust.
So, shall we shake on it? You'll start on Monday. The boys will be so excited.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Look, it's a real nice honor, and I appreciate you thinking of me, but I can't come.
You're nuts. Isn't this your dream?
It was my dream, but I've been here at the plant for 13 years now. They've treated me real good. I'm a supervisor now. They promoted me. People depend on me.
Surely you don't mean that. You want to coach football. Haven't you said so?
I did say so, but between both my kids, I've coached 4 sports now. All my dreams have been fulfilled.
Come on. It will bring honor to your people.
And I'm sure it would, but somebody else deserves this job.
I'm surprised. This is your final answer? You won't change your mind?
I won't, but I have to get back to work.
I wish you'd rethink this.
I won't, but thank you anyways. I have to get back to work. Goodbye.
Okay with us.
Scene 6, August 2014.
You have all the information you need for your dedication speech?
Yes, you gave us such good background. You practically wrote the entire speech for me. I'm glad this day is happening. I really am. I know that you, along with many others, have worked on this for many years, thanklessly sometimes. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. Manuel and Maria Valle, may they rest in peace, are fully worthy of having a building in Garland named after them. I know, it's taken too long, but you have been very patient.
Yes, I have to admit it. I, with some other Garlandites, had to knock a few heads together to make this happen.
Yes, if anyone can, you can. And I'm really glad that you got to close out the last years of your career in this district. After all, Garland is your home.
Yes. When I was offered the counselor job at Naaman Forest, after all those years of working in Dallas schools, it was something I was proud to do. It was time, just like today. Finally time.
Finally time, it's finally time. It's finally time to honor the Valle family. It's finally time.
3 cheers for the Valle family. Made their mark on this town. Came to Garland early and put their roots deep down.
They made a contribution and their donations all became good role models, U.S. citizens, one and all.
Education was important, good schooling was their aim. That's why we give this building
the honored Valle name. It's finally time. It's finally time. They have known what it is to be different, to be poor, to be discriminated against. But all of this gave them more fuel to excel. All their successes are because of hard work. They are true living role models for all their children and other children, and especially Hispanic children. So today, let us unveil the sign that renames this building the Manuel and Maria Valle Student Service Center.
It never would have happened without you. You pushed and persevered and never took no for an answer. And this isn't even Laredo where you grew up. Why were you so doggedly determined? Why were you so doggedly determined to this cause, to my family?
It was what I saw back at the dorm room in my college. A person of boundless worth. I think I just met my Prince Charming. My defense is disarming. Looking out there, this is what I saw. With that Prince Charming came a whole family of royalty, a family that included me in their royal heritage. When I came to Garland with you, it was the final crowning moment of my life. I had the best in-laws ever, and they got their due today.
I could search the whole world over, never find someone like you. Dearest treasure, this is what I see. Gracias, mi corazón.
De nada, mi único amor.
Scene 7, May 15th, 2021.
Should I just...
Thank you for letting me interview you this afternoon, Pascal. I need just a little bit more information from you for our Fiesta program in just a few minutes.
I bet you're excited that the cookbook is coming out today. Things have really come a long way since we met at your home almost 4 years ago.
Yes, we decided that it was finally time for a cookbook like this with 42% of Garland's population now Latino. Our cookbook even has cactus salad recipes in it. I think it's so cool that your mom's cactus bed still remains over at the old Valle home place over on Avenue C. And I think it's wonderful that you and some of your siblings and even on down into the next generations have taken cuttings from that cactus bed and planted them in your own backyards as a way to remember her. Our cookbook even has a cactus on the front of it.
Cactus salad, nopales, bro. I guess you could have named your cookbook the Cactus Chronicle.
The Cactus Chronicles. Well, that is a catchy name, but it was already taken. No, we think that our Garland Latino Heritage Cookbook is just a wonderful compilation, a wonderful chronicle of the history of Latinos in Garland and some of their favorite recipes, going all the way back to the Valle family in 1928. You know, Pascal, you might find this a little surprising, but I didn't really realize that you were Hispanic until we went to a meeting of GAFA some years ago and met you there, GAFA, Garland Association for Hispanic Affairs. My mother, she called you Pascal Valle. Pascal Valle. You were most handsome, Valentine King, football tri-captain. I can still hear her now. But, you know, I didn't realize that you weren't like everybody else, that you weren't Anglo. I'm not sure she realized it either.
Yes, Miss Wheeler, there in the school office. She was a sweet lady. May she rest in peace. She always treated me just like everybody else. Everybody did. Tell me about your mom. Did she ever get to be a history teacher like she told me she wanted? Or?
No, she didn't. You know, after I came along, it just wasn't possible for a woman with a small child to keep working outside the home. You know how it was in that day.
That was the American way. That was the American way. That was America in the 1940s. Mm-hmm. Good thing those days have changed.
Yes. Well, you know, she did a lot of history teaching in her time, however. Her love of history was most inspiring. You know that street that she lived on, Garland's 11th Street? It's now listed in the National Register of Historic Places. And Avenue C, that street that you used to run down to go home for lunch, one of Garland's most historic homes sits there now, the Pace House. It was built around the turn of the last century. It sits on that spot that you used to run down. It was preserved and saved and brought in 2014. And we're going to have some carriage rides there this afternoon down part of that street.
I never was a history teacher or a coach in the school district, but I did get the opportunity to coach my kids and their friends. I coached my daughter's softball teams. I coached my son's football and baseball teams. He decided to stick with baseball through high school and college, and eventually he got drafted by the Atlanta Braves. He's also in the Garland Sports Hall of Fame. It all turned out, I retired from craft foods after 34 years, and Sylvia retired as an educator after 45 years.
You know, I wanted to make sure you knew, because Sylvia mentioned it, that our recipe this afternoon that you all furnished for enchiladas, for her enchilada recipe, it calls for Kraft Monterey cheese. Sylvia made sure of that. You know, Pascal, when you talk about things turning out all right, I have a question to ask you, though. What keeps you from being bitter? You went through a lot that was discriminatory. What keeps you from being mad at the world, mad at Garland, from having a chip on your shoulder, you know?
Through the years, we've demonstrated that we're educated and we've been good citizens. And so I decided that was good enough for us, that there was no need to harbor any ill will towards anyone. We've been blessed.
And your mother, Maria, what would she say? Would she be surprised to know how the 8 Valle children turned out? All 8 of you Garland High School graduates, 2 of you college graduates, all 6 of you boys having served in some branch of the military, and the 2 girls having married career military men. And now here you are, the last of the original Valles that remains. What do you think she would say?
I'll tell you what I'd say. Of course they did. Of course they got their education. And of course they succeeded in life. There's no surprises there. You can do anything you tell yourself you can. Sí se puede.
Well, guess she had the last word on that subject. Yes, you're right. No surprises. What wonderful role models she and your dad were for others. And now, you and Sylvia. No 2 citizens have ever loved Garland more. Well, be seeing you, Pascal. I got to head on over to the old Valle home place and get ready for the fiesta in just a few minutes. The old Valle house is gone now, but the memories and the cactus bed remain. See you at the fiesta.
Hey, Pasquale, you ready to go?
I'll see you in a minute, Robert.
I came over so we can walk to the fiesta.
I'll be there shortly.
I'll wait for you outside,
All right.
okay?
Uh-huh.
I'll be there.
Garland ISD. With a more than 100-year history, GISD has navigated challenges, evolved and progressed into the incredible diverse community we are today. Being culturally rich makes us stronger. We embrace diversity and are committed to building cultural awareness, fostering inclusiveness, and engaging all voices. This is our promise to students, staff, and the Tri-Cities. It's also why our Board of Trustees adopted a resolution for a district-wide equity assessment. We know that representation matters. This is why we are dedicated to uplifting the underrepresented. I am honored to be the Garland ISD's 10th and first Latino superintendent. GISD is also the only district in our region to boast 3 Hispanic head football coaches and athletic coordinators. Naaman Forest's Jesse Perales, South Garland's Damaso Martinez, and North Garland's Joe Castillo, who is a record setter in his own right, becoming the first Hispanic head football coach and campus athletic director in GISD history. He is also the vice president of the Hispanic Texas High School Football Coaches Association. Additionally, Under the guidance of Beatriz Martinez, principal of Valle Elementary, and Javier Solis, Hispanic Community Liaison, Garland ISD leaders launched GALA, the Garland Association of Latino Administrators. This organization is the state's first affiliate of the Texas Association of Latino Administrators and Superintendents, which I am the proud president of. These historic accomplishments wouldn't be possible without those who paved the way. The trailblazing Valle family established paths for success for generations to follow. As the city of Garland's first Hispanic residents, their legacy is one of togetherness. The entire community was welcome in the Valle household, and the term mi casa, su casa became synonymous with their home at Avenue C and Santa Fe Street. Education was a top priority to the Valles. In 2014, the Valles were recognized for holding the record for the most Garland High School graduates from a single family. 8 brothers and sisters were Garland Owls. Gig 'em. The luminary we are celebrating today, Pascual Valle and his wife Sylvia, have greatly contributed to the advancement of Latinos in our community. We will be forever grateful to the Valles for their devotion and support of our community and our great district. Although we are still on our mission to secure educational equity and improve the outcomes for all students, we know we can achieve anything together. United we stand. Unidos venceremos.